If you felt drawn to click on this video, it is because there is a message in here that is meant for you, that is going to find you at exactly the right time. Hi, I'm Cheryl. I am the author of 3 Oracle card decks, and one of which we are going to use in this very special message for you today. Now, what I'm going to do is untie this, and in this special envelope, I have written out intuitive notes that have come with your reading, and there's a card in here as well. So I felt like there was something that you were either wanting or that you were working at. And I felt like this was a little bit different for each person who was coming across the video. But it's like there's this deep desire to complete something or have something in your life. And some of you will be actively working on this as you're watching this video. And some of you are at the stage where it's calling you, it's calling in your heart to do this, but you either don't have the how to do it or the confidence to do it. And that's going to be different for each person, like I said. And in some way, I kept hearing this big sigh, like, and it gave me almost a despondent sort of feeling. And it's almost like it feels like it's just out of reach, or that you're working and working towards something, whatever this is, and like, are you ever going to get there? When am I going to, complete this? And felt there was a big part of this was truly believing in yourself, a trust in your higher self, a trust in spirit. And that's why I wrote this big word like don't. And I mean, that came in so clearly, so loud. And what it was saying is like, don't give up. So if you are actively working on this, the things that are most important to us in life do not come easy. It takes our sincere effort to work our way through it, to overcome the challenges that come in the way of us doing things that are truly important in our lives. And that also is saying for those of you who are in the stage of feeling this in your heart and soul, that you're wanting this for a reason. It's calling you for a reason. And don't push it aside. Don't put it in the closet for later. This is a now sort of thing that needs to be addressed, started, and accomplished. And the don't is don't give up. Don't give up on you. Don't give up on your dreams. You can and you will do this, okay? And I kept seeing the triangle, the triangle, the triangle. And for me, the triangle is a sign of soul. That's how spirit shows me soul. And I felt like this desire is of the soul. This is of spirit. This is something that, if for those of you who believe and know this, that this is something that your soul wanted to do, have, or accomplish before you even stepped into this flesh suit. And so there's something really important about whatever this is, even if you don't feel like this is some major life-changing thing that you're doing, the desire and what it is you want is darn important to your soul because it came through so strongly here. Now, what I was feeling is there's a sense of completion that is coming, and I'm going to say, I'm going to give you a timeline, and it's going to be different for a few of you, but just hold on for that. That's going to be in the reading part. But this feeling of a completion, and for some of you, I felt like it would be in full, like that you would fully complete it, whether that's like graduating university or getting the promotion or whatever this is. And then for some of you, I felt like there's a completion in this step of one of the steps on the rung toward what the full picture of this is, and even a completion of the first step of claiming it, owning it, and say, okay, I'm going to do it. And the important part, like I kept, I'm not a hand artist. I'm a fractal artist. So there's a difference. But this was a finish line. I kept seeing just, like in marathons, when they run through that finish line and break it open. And I kept seeing the breaking open of that ribbon at the finish line. But I felt like not done where you think. And the whole energy that was coming in with this is where you think that this is going to end, or where you complete and you hit this is it, this is what I've always wanted or always dreamed of. That's just one level, like one level of accomplishment, that there's way more beyond and above that hasn't even entered into your consciousness, or awareness yet. And I feel like for a lot of you, you're not going to get the next step until you've, hit that ribbon and you're busting it open, and the next part of the plan is going to unfold. But this came in so strongly, this word, the journey, the journey, the journey. And I felt like it was really important that you guys remember, um, that this really is about the marathon itself, and not just crossing that finish line and busting open that ribbon. That it's the whole journey of going from who you are and what you are in the beginning, and through this amazing process of growth and achievement, that it's the journey itself that is important. And I feel very strongly. So I was trying to draw a box that was a present, and I didn't do a very good job. So just excuse that. But it was this question mark coming in with this present. And I felt like there's a surprise coming up, either in the journey or when you're coming across this finish line, but there's something more that you have not expected. You cannot foresee this, and it will be different for each and every one of you. But there are some surprises, and this feels like there's more to this than you could realize or could expect right now. And it was so exciting to feel that. Now I'm just going to get out our cards. This is my first deck, Path of the Soul. Look at that. Rebirth. That is exactly the feeling of the energy that is coming through here. Oh my goodness. And treasures. Okay. I know this fractal is hard to see on camera. This is like a little fetus if you were looking at an ultrasound, and this is like a womb. And this rebirth card is talking about having pulled back, having a sort of retreat from the world, this kind of protective bubble around you while you recoup or regenerate in some sort of way. And not all of you will have made it an actual physical retreat from the world, but oftentimes this can be mentally or emotionally just kind of pulling back and going, oh, I need some space from the craziness that's going on out here. But what this does talk about is stepping out back into the world in this more rejuvenated state. And it's a rebirth, not just like, a rebirth out into the world, you're going to do something different. This is a rebirth in your idea of self, a rebirth in your concept of who you are, what you are capable of doing. It's so empowering. And it kind of blows my mind that the treasures card came out with this, because this card is saying that it's talking about in the booklet, it talks about this treasure chest way down at the bottom of the sea that's kind of been lost. And this is what is within you, this amazing treasure chest that you haven't yet even dove to the depth of who you are, and what you are capable of. And it's saying that there's this buried treasure within you, that there's so much more to you yet for you to experience. And that includes your gifts, your abilities, what you've experienced so far in life. Now, I want to get out our tarot, and that's the one there. And we have the Knight of Wands. Okay, we'll just bump that down and push that over there. And let's see. And I'm going to get this one here. We have the King of Pentacles. Now, I'm hoping I can fit one more in there, and that's the one right there. Queen of Jars. Okay, so jars is cups. How amazing is that we have two kings and a queen? Wow. Okay, so this is the highest energy within each suit. So this tells you just how high energy your reading is. And with the queen, with the King of Wands, there is a wisdom that comes with this card. And these are both, more in the masculine energy of things. So that drive, determination is both coming through with these. But this one sits in the place of wisdom and authority. And that's talking about you coming into that place of really becoming the strength and authority in your own life. And with this, Wands is also the ability to really step into your power as far as what you want to manifest in your life and the people coming into your life that help you or support you in realizing or accomplishing that goal. And then we have the King of Pentacles, which is a gentler energy. It's like the softer side of the masculine energy, if you want to put it that way. But there's something very much about having an influence, this positive influence on others, and being able to see the best within yourself, within other people, and within situations. So I don't want to say it's just like positivity, but and like whitewashing it. I don't mean that, but it's being able to actually see all the good parts where instead our minds can often just focus on the negative qualities of people or the negative qualities of situations that we're in. And this is about seeing the best of within things. And it is talking about things coming to fruition, that what it is you desire and what it is you work for coming to fruition. I mean, these guys are literally backing up what I was saying here in your notes. But then this is also that energy of inspiring others into their own sense of greatness as well with the two kings. And with the Queen of Cups or Queen of Jars, now we have the balancing feminine energy coming in. And the biggest message with her is one, the queen is highly intuitive. She's ruled by the moon. She's very emotion based, and where the kings are more based through the thought process and logic. So there's a real balancing out of these two energies, like taking logical action based on your intuitive knowings. And so I have to say, that with this reading, it's really saying trust, trust, trust yourself. Okay. And the other thing with this is it's a reminder not to get pulled in or sucked in by the emotions, because sometimes our emotions can kind of overtake our logic and maybe they aren't always so beneficial to our progression forward. They can get us stuck in sort of holding patterns. And with such high royalty cards coming out here, it's talking about championing through this, championing through it in a way that's much more empowered and in tune and in alignment with what your soul journey is at this time. So I want to grab our crystal grid card. And what do we have here? Cleansing? Yeah, okay. That makes sense. And this one is sticking out as well. And ancestors. Okay. So that's very interesting that we have both cleansing and ancestors showing up in the same reading, because this literally, if we want to translate it literally, it's talking about clearing out the past. Some of what we experience in life is based on the experiences of our parents and the beliefs and mindsets that they inherited, and then they pass it on to us, and then we continue, even if we don't want to or don't even realize it. And this is talking about breaking out of old patterns, literally talking about breaking out of old patterns. And that's going to take all your strength and determination to do so, but you absolutely are going to be successful in this. So there's a huge amount of growth and healing in this process as well. So I'm just wondering, where we come into this place of completion of either a really major step in this or in full. I want you to choose a hand, okay? Left hand or right hand. Now, if you choose the left hand, this is going to be in weeks. And we have two weeks. Within 2 weeks, there's some completion happening here of a major step in this, or this in full. So you guys are right on the mark. Now, if this is the right hand, this is months, okay? And we have 12. Okay. So it's saying that it's still going to take, it's a full year process. So there's no rush coming on that. But I have to say, for you guys who chose the weeks dice, that this isn't the end of the end. I need to remind you there's way more past that finish line. So don't get ready to, sit back, relax on the beach. You still have lots of work going ahead here for you. And don't lose heart. If you feel like 1 year is too long out of a lifetime of 85 years, 1 year is a blink, okay? Truly. And I want to see also what card we have. Now, I truly did not look at this card because it is as special to me to be surprised by what the spirit brings through in the reading. And I even filmed myself putting this card in so that you knew I didn't look at it either. So it's a surprise to both of us. And what do we have here? Swan. Okay. So Swan is grace. However, she is more than that, because Swan is also, the story of the ugly duckling. It's this transitioning into something new, something better, and something greater. And that's exactly what this rebirth card is talking about. These go hand in hand. And it's talking about you coming to realize that you are not just this ugly duck, that you're coming out to be reborn with all these special gifts, talents, abilities that are still within you, waiting to be opened. Here's another reason why I drew this gift or present, because it's the opening up of your gifts and your talents in this. And I feel like I have to say, you need to trust, spirit, in this process as well, because the energy of grace is spirit working in our lives to take us to where we need to be, even if it unfolds in ways that we don't expect. But you are definitely not alone in this whole journey. Now, I just wanted to get out our dice and see, because there is the energy of other people with these two kings coming in here, and I want to know what kind of energy they are bringing for you to come into completion with this. Oh, look at that. So we have Aries, which is lovely, because Aries, I want to put him there. Well, because Aries is the get up and go. Aries are brilliant at starting things. And so I feel that that Aries energy is really brilliant, where I said some of you are wanting to, but don't know the how or what yet. And I feel like that's saying that's the beginning, the initiating, the starting of. And the other thing with Aries is it's a very determined energy. Like it's really hard to side rail in Aries. Once they set their mind to something, they go for it. And so there is that. And this is also ruled by Mars. Mars is that masculine energy, drive, and action. So I feel like you're going to have the physical, mental, and emotional energy to be able to go for this. And we have Mercury. Now, the beauty of that is that Mercury represents children, working with the hands, communication, and the mind. So there's lots going on here. Also, travel. So there's lots of little hints and clues in here. With that, I feel like they are talking of that mindset that is growing through this journey of doing the marathon itself. That's where you're having the changes in your concepts, in your perceptions, in your understanding of how you manifest, what you manifest, and bringing this really beautiful soul purpose into fruition into your life, and really experiencing that sense of accomplishment and then sharing that with others. Wow. I truly hope you found your reading useful and empowering. And if you did, it really helps with the YouTube algorithm if you sprinkle some love on the like button for me. Super appreciate it. And as always, you know I love you. I cannot wait to see you again. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed. Mwah. I'll see you soon. Take care.